Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get in here, everybody, get in here. It's time for a legendary show. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, ciao. Listen, baby. Listen, baby. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Listen, baby. Listen, baby, listen. What's poppin'? I want to know you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, amen? Why am I so childish and so stupid? We are here. Put a 1 in your chat. Okay, put a 1 in your chat if you can hear me. I just want to make sure we are all here under one accord before I really get started into the things. All right, so we are here. You guys can hear me. The sound is good, and we are about to talk and get into some things, okay? So I told you guys last week when I got back from Paris that I was going to be covering this case, okay? This case has been going on all last week, and it's bled over until this week, and it probably will go to the end of the week, which is what it's sounding like, all right? But before we get into that, I just want to let y'all know I was feeling a little razzle-dazzle, a little cocoa and cream, all right? And I just want to give a big shout out, child. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for the cocoa and cream, okay? It's giving cocoa and cream, okay? Cocoa and cream. So shout out to FashionNova for the cocoa and cream ensemble. All right, listen, all of this under $70. All right, so make sure you guys head over to FashionNova and get you some soup, because I was serving FashionNova realness. And listen, I got a compliment. Let me tell you, Tory Lane's dad, yes, Tory Lane's father himself, walked up to me and was like, yo, you looking fresh. I'm like, well, I'm a little nervous because, you know, sometimes I'm dragging it. But he walked up to me, he's like, you look good. And it got to the point where, you know, they love this outfit so much. They even had me doing interviews in Time magazine. So shout out to FashionNova for keeping me lit and keeping me in the cocoa and cream. And you can look lit too. So just click the link in my bio and, you know, shop FashionNova. Thank you, FashionNova, for always keeping me lit, all right? And keeping me dripped, period, Pooh, because we were serving FashionNova realness in the courtroom today, all right? So with that being said, let's get into some things. Now, before we get into it, you know I do my lunchtime breaks. So I'm for those people that missed the lunchtime break, I'm going to give you guys a tea of what happened before EJ came. Because EJ, which is Megan Thee Stallion's former stylist, he ended up coming and testifying towards the end of the day. But for those that missed what happened before lunch, I did a recap on my Instagram. But for those that don't have Instagram, guess what? You're in luck. I'm going to play that audio and video for you now. Okay? So get ready, get comfortable, because we're going to get into the first half, and then I'll be right back to give you guys the rest of the tea. Oh, let me get in here. This is a mess. I'm gonna let y'all get in here and give y'all these updates on what's going on today from the trial, the Tory Lanez versus the state. A fool, okay? A fool. Let me give you a second to get in here. Child, we are on site. Hopefully my tooth ain't a mess. But we are on site. We are here getting into the things. Okay, before we get into it, I want to shout out today's sponsor. Okay, shout out to FashionNova with the brown, with the cocoa brown on. Okay, black is in, brown is in. Okay, shout out to FashionNova for the suit today. All right, so we got to get into some things, child. A mess. So the prosecution is still doing their thing. The prosecution has not rested yet. So they call up a witness. They call one of the officers on scene. Okay, I think her name was Sandra, something like that. So they call her up, and she was there during their arrest, and she has body cam footage. So they ask her pretty much what was on the body cam footage, because she was supposed to review the body cam footage and they're just verifying that everything that she says was on the body cam footage was actually on the footage. So they talk about the arrest and how it happened. Okay, so we end up getting to see the body cam footage. So on the footage, you see that the lady, the officer on the lady's body cam, she ends up getting Kelsey off the ground. Kelsey's pinned down on the ground and arresting Kelsey. Okay, so everybody got arrested, but she was mainly focused on Kelsey. So we saw Kelsey land on the ground in the middle of the street. Kelsey says, "Don't put your back in my knee or in my shit like that." I think she wanted to say, "Don't put your knee in my back," something like that. Like, don't put your knee all in my back. Like, don't put your back all in my shit. That's what she was saying. Like, don't hurt me. And they're like, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's all good." So she gets Kelsey, picks Kelsey up. She walks Kelsey to the sidewalk. They're facing in front of the apartments, right? Megan Thee Stallion ends up walking past Kelsey towards the ambulance, and you hear Kelsey saying, "Meg, are you okay?" And so that was what the prosecution was trying to portray, pretty much that, Kelsey did not shoot Meg. Kelsey was looking out to see if Meg was okay, while she was arrested, She was trying to see, was still adamantly checking on Megan Thee Stallion, Now, they also showed the second body cam footage where there was two body cam footages. So there was the body cam footage of the arresting officer of Kelsey. Then they were showing the body cam footage of the officer that had arrested Megan Thee Stallion. So we got to see Megan Thee Stallion sitting on the curb in blood, It was a lot of fucking blood, all right? And they try to, boobs is out, bathing suit. These people was in bathing suits, Megan Thee Stallion, boob almost about to fall out. So they lift Megan Thee Stallion up. This is the other officer trying to walk her to the ambulance, and Megan, you hear Megan Thee Stallion say they're like trying to help her up and try to, get I don't know if they were going to get a wheelchair or get something for her, but you hear Meg say, "No, I'm going to try to do it myself. I can walk myself. Let me try to walk myself." And then you heard, Kelsey saying, "Meg, are you okay?" And so that was an important part. I think that the prosecution was trying to portray to us like they were not fighting, they were okay. So then it was asked if if the arresting officer, if Kelsey had any visible scratches or bruises on her, and the officer said, well, it looked like her chin was bleeding, like she had blood trickling down her chin. There might have been some blood between her thighs. Now the defense was like, no, they were trying to object it. They ended up getting overruled. It was sustained. They said it looked like from the body cam footage that she reviewed. Now this is important as you guys listen, because the arresting officer kept saying, well, I reviewed the body cam footage, so from what I reviewed, it did appear that Kelsey had blood coming down from her chin. So that paints the picture of, these girls were both victims in a sense. And so then the defense gets up and they're speaking. And so this is where it gets crazy for me. And it kind of goes downhill. It's no shade. They like, okay, ma'am, so you were the arresting officer. Now, you arrested Kelsey. You were standing next to Kelsey, but where was my client? Wasn't my client next to Kelsey? Yes. Well, how far? A few feet. Oh, also, let me backtrack. The arresting officer said that Kelsey's demeanor was very frantic, distraught, like she was scared, crying, and I seen it in the video. She definitely was crying. She definitely was frantic. She was not okay. She was scared. So that was a very accurate description. So fast forward, the defense gets up and they pretty much ask, did you see Tory? And she's like, well, yeah, but kind of not. No, like I just seen him, with his head down. They were like, well, what was his demeanor? And they were like, well, I don't, I can't tell what Tory, the officer was like, well, I can't tell what his demeanor is because he was looking down. Then the defense said, well, did you hear what Tory said to Megan Thee Stallion? And she said, no, I would have to review the tapes. He said, wait, so I thought you reviewed the tapes. Like, you knew you were coming in here to testify. Did you not review the tapes? You didn't hear anything that Tory said to Megan? How far were you? She's like, well, a couple of feet. And she was like, so you didn't hear anything? She said, no, I didn't hear. I wasn't paying attention to that. And when I reviewed the tapes, I wasn't looking for Tory Lanez. I wasn't really paying attention to review about Tory Lanez. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. They were like, well, how was his demeanor? I don't know. She didn't know nothing. And then they were like, well, where were you? Like, cause wasn't Megan Thee Stallion down the street and you were right next to Tory and Kelsey? Well, yeah, a couple feet. And he's like, well, you didn't hear nothing? You didn't see anything? And she's like, well, no, I just kind of reviewed. So you didn't hear anything on the body cam footage? And then you reviewed 2 body cam footages. You also reviewed the other officer that was arresting Tory or Meg. And you didn't hear any audio. You didn't see anything. You knew nothing. And she like, no. Like, she can't recollect or she can't remember. She was in there acting like she had amnesia. It was something crazy. And then the guy was like, well, ma'am, are you telling the truth right now? And she's like, yes. He said, did you have a meeting before you got here? She said, yes. He said, did you have a meeting with the prosecution before you got here? Yes. Did they tell you that I was going to probably ask you about Tory's demeanor and how my client was during that time and how he was emotionally? And she kind of was like, no, or she didn't know, or she just was she didn't understand the question. Like, she was just acting like she didn't know nothing that was going on. And I think it kind of made people feel like, well, how, like, if you are doing the body cam footage and you're reviewing the tapes and the audio and this and that and the third, you didn't hear Tory. So he was like, and so you didn't hear Tory say, Meg, go. Everything's going to be okay. Or something along those lines. It was like, Meg, go, you're okay. You okay? Or Meg, go, everything's okay. Something like that. And she was like, no, like she didn't hear that. So he was like, you didn't hear nothing. Then they just rested. They rested. So the prosecution brought in the arresting officer of Kelsey. And we reviewed her body cam. And we review what happened from her recollect, okay? But somehow, even though she was in the vicinity of Tory Lanez, she did not remember anything about his demeanor or didn't recall him saying anything. She doesn't remember him looking sad. He didn't say anything. She said his head was just turned down. So I don't know if the defense was trying to paint this picture. Well, I know that's what they're doing. Like, girl, you didn't do your accurate research. You didn't hear anything. I don't know if there was anything to be heard, but they were stumbling her because it was like, it was almost feeling like she didn't really fully do her research. And she didn't know what was going on. So I don't think that was a good look for them, to be honest. And then it gets better, child. So then they have the investigative, Jody Little comes in. She's the investigator. She does the audio, okay? So the prosecution brings in Jody Little. Basically, they start reviewing the song lyrics, busting back. They start reviewing Kelsey's song Bustin' Back, where she was taking shots at Megan Thee Stallion and pretty much talking about, you know who shot you. You was lying to the DA about hush money. So I think the prosecution's point on that was to try to say, girl, you know who shot you. You know I didn't shoot you. They were trying to show that Kelsey admitted that, Tory alluded to the fact that Tory shot her. It's kind of what I got from it. Like, that was the prosecution's job to say, listen to these lyrics. You see that she did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion knows, in fact, who's the one who shot her. Kelsey actually cared about Megan Thee Stallion. Kelsey supported Megan Thee Stallion. That is what they were trying to push. And Jody Little, she kind of was agreeing. Like, she was like, do you see these lyrics here? They asked her, did Megan Thee Stallion, did Kelsey admit in this song to shooting Megan Thee Stallion? The investigator said no. Pretty much like, I understand these lyrics. I read these lyrics. I listened to the song, right? So she was going along with the prosecution. Now, the defense gets up for cross-examination, child. The defense gets up for cross-examination. This was a mess. And y'all know I'm not going to lie. Y'all know I'm not going to lie to you. This was a mess. So they say, well, the defense says, well, in this same song, ma'am, do you see where Megan Thee Stallion has been accused for lying and multiple times? Then the lady on the stand, I kid you not, the lady on the stand start acting, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. What are you referring to? She start forgetting the song. And they're like, ma'am, do you see on this line number 10, where right here, they put it in her face. Mind you, she got the damn paper here. They're like, well, do you see where she was being accused of lying about hush money and this, that, and the third? And the lady's like, I don't know. I can't see it. I don't recall. Show me the line, sir. Show me the line, sir. Then she read the line to herself, whatever. Then she said, yes, I do see where she was accused of lying to the DA. So then the prosecution comes back up and they make it clear. They say, because Megan, there was a line where she said, yeah, you were lying to the DA. Imagine telling the DA something, I was taking hush money. So the prosecution is like, well, she's basically saying Meg lied about hush money. There was no hush money, and the Jody Little was saying, yeah, okay, I see that. So then the defense gets back up and they're like, okay, ma'am, outside of just the hush money, hasn't she been accused of lying throughout this entire thing? And the lady's like, well, no, I'm not sure. And there was multiple lines. I can't think of the lines of the song right now, but there was multiple lines where Kelsey has accused Megan Thee Stallion of lying. You know what I mean? And the lady kept saying, well, you're asking me about hush money, sir. This line is not about hush money. The defense was saying, ma'am, this is not about the hush money. I'm basically asking you, is there other lines in the song about Megan Thee Stallion lying outside of her just lying about saying Kelsey's receiving hush money? And the lady would not act like she understood that. She kept acting crazy and acting retarded. Like she didn't understand that, okay, we get it. This line is not about hush money, but there's other lines in the song where Kelsey is accusing Megan Thee Stallion of lying. Do you see that in this record, in these words? And the lady kept saying, no, or she doesn't remember. She would have to look at this and she would have to recall that. Then immediately when the prosecution comes back up and asks her questions, she remembers everything verbatim that was in the record, that was on the song. So I think that that's interesting. I think that that's interesting because, girl, why do you get this selective amnesia? So, Tory does have some really good lawyers. Tory has some really good lawyers because when you think that the prosecution is winning, when the defense comes up, or the redirect, however you want to call it, when they come up, they get these people thrown off because it almost makes you feel like they're lying, because the job of the officer and the job of the investigator, they're supposed to be a neutral, non-biased party. But the defense does a great job of making them appear as biased, bought, unreliable sources, because the way that he throws them off, it almost makes them look like they were only working for one side versus working for the both sides, just being, neutral. So it's a really interesting situation. If I had to give this round to somebody, I have to give it over to Tory Lanez' team. No shade. Because they ate the prosecution's witnesses, even with the body cam, even with the song lyric, everything that was being able to be presented, they still found a way to kind of make at least me feel like, damn, bitch, you didn't do all your research. You didn't really. Why are you acting like you don't remember everything? How are you standing next to Tory Lanez and you don't hear nothing he said? How are you a police officer on a case and you're reviewing body cam footage to come testify here, but you don't know, you can't tell me about Tory Lanez' demeanor, but you can tell me about Kelsey and Megan Thee Stallion this, but you don't know about the nigga that's standing right next to you? You didn't hear shit? And then the other lady, you don't remember what's in the lyrics of the song. When the defense asks you questions, you playing stupid, but the minute the prosecution, no, that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. And so it was crazy. So it's a lot going on with that. It is a mess, but child, Tory Lanez' lawyers are not playing. They're not playing. They're not playing. So girl, we will see. I'm gonna go eat. I'm checking out. Again, shout out to FashionNova for the drip today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Peace out. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So there we have that information there. Okay. So then we get back. Okay, hold on. I gotta find my hold on, let me see. Cause then we get back. It was some tea though. So I gotta tell y'all, it was some tea in the courtroom though. Because, mind you, it was so interesting because earlier today, we were kind of me and some of the other reporters and some of the journalists were kind of mumbling and cackling earlier today about one of the jury members, because they were just like, oh girl, Miss Mama look like she give it up, baby. It look like she's with the tea. She's with the shits naives. And she look like, she definitely know Tory Lanez there. Blah, blah, blah. She got a blunt and a hookah pen right here. And girl, she finna go twerk some, because she knows she's the kind of girl that will kind of come with no panties on and stuff. Okay? She's some tea. And she, very much see-through outfit like she's some tea. But so we were mumbling, cackling about her. Now, what ended up happening was, right before we went to that break, okay, somebody asked the juror, well, the judge asked that juror to stay behind, because somebody, I guess it was being said that the juror that particular juror, I guess, was like flirting with Tory Lanez or was in the elevator with Tory Lanez and the family. Now, I didn't see that, but they wanted to make sure that she wasn't a tainted witness. So they pulled her off for a minute to go and interview her. And what ended up happening was she came back. So she didn't stay gone. She did not stay gone. She did not stay gone. She came back. So I don't think that she was too much of a tainted witness. She came back. Y'all gonna stop tearing me up about my lip in this comment? Girl, it's cold. It's cracked. It's cracked, bitch. It's cracked. I see somebody tearing me up. It's cracked. It was chapped. It was cracked, girl. It was cold. It was cracked. It was 20 degrees in Paris. My face was cracked up. But anyway, yeah, child, it was 20 degrees. So I didn't have the right CarMax, girl. My lips was freezing, so they cracked up. It is what it is. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, with the witness though, the juror, they wanted to make sure it wasn't a tainted juror, but the jurors came back, and she was on the stand. So I don't think that it was really no tea. I think that might have been a false alarm. Maybe somebody thought that they saw something that they didn't see. They thought that they something that they didn't see, but it was no tea. Okay. Now, so she got brought back. I know, and then some other people are saying that they seen her in the elevators. So towards the end of the day, they're going to make sure that, you know, the jurors are not in the elevators with us, the media. The jurors are not in the elevators, hell, with each other, with the team, because the way that it's set up, you know, Tory Lanez, his family, his people, I mean, they're around there. They're around. I mean, the dad walked up to me. I kind of gagged. Dad walked up to me, told me I look nice. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, he's seen me before. Then the girlfriend came and she like, yeah, we watched the show. You know, you're funny. I'm like, they like, hey, Armon, hey, Armon. I'm like, girl, I be kind of dragging it a little bit. I'm like, ooh, they know me too. It's crazy. But, you know, everybody's in the same area. So, but at the same time with the jury, though, I didn't see the jury in the elevator with Tory, even today. And you know, mind you, I've only done 2 days, but I didn't see in the jury today. They were already in the back and they came in from the back. They didn't even come in up the elevator from the front or the side like they did the first day that I was there. And so I didn't see any interaction with the jury today. Okay. But I did see when they pulled that jury to basically question her over lunch, but she was then brought back. Okay, so there was no jury replaced, and they still have 3 alternates. So no jury has been replaced. Okay, just want to put that out there at this point. Now, so we're all waiting to wait. We're waiting to go back inside and, you know, get round 2 started. And child, up walks EJ. Okay, EJ walks in for the defense. EJ walks up for the defense. So they're kind of going back and forth between the defense and the prosecution for time's sake. It's just a lot because sometimes the prosecution don't have all the witnesses that they need. It's just a kind of a mess. So anyway, EJ walks up, you know, big, tall, long weave or whatever, braids, big pink blazer, big old flare pants, you know, just heels, a lot. She walks in, sashaying and throwing her hair and, you know, hey, and taking pictures, and the people like, girl, yes, and, you know, I love you, whatever. So I'm like, oh, girl. So I get on my thing. I'm like, oh, girl, EJ is here, bitch. This is going to be some tea. 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 I'm on the Twitters, and the girls is like, girl, EJ is here. I'm like, yes, it's about to go down, bitch. EJ is walked in the building. And, girl, it was given EJ for the defense. So, girl, they line us up. They go in and sit down back inside. Bitch, when I tell you it almost took an hour and a half. So, word on the curb is, now, I can't confirm, but I heard Word on a curb was, girl, EJ guy went downstairs and he was kind of tripping. Like, girl, on the phone with the lawyers and trying to figure out if he had to come up and testify and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, girl, she's already here, you know. So apparently she was downstairs. They were trying to figure out, was EJ coming in, because EJ didn't really want to come in, okay? And then finally, EJ ends up coming in to the court. And he takes the stand. And the first thing that the defense asks him is, you know, has he met or talked to anybody about this case at all? Like lawyers, prosecution, defense, anybody? He said no. They said, have you made any statements about this case at all to anybody, anywhere, anytime besides the last 20 or 30 minutes that just passed? He said no. So what I got from that was the time that they were taking, they were taking for us we were waiting inside the courtroom. We thought EJ was going to originally come down. What ended up happening was that was the first time they had ever questioned EJ on both sides, the prosecution and the defense. Okay. And so they were actually interviewing or interrogating. I don't know what they were doing. They were talking to EJ before they brought him into the courtroom. Both parties had some time with EJ. So boom, he gets in there. And they ask him, like, are you glad? Do you want to be here? He's like, who wants to be in court? Like, his energy was very much so, girl, I'm over this. So it wasn't like, girl, I'm here ready to sit down and talk. No, it was given like, girl, I really have to be here. Like, girl, I'm sent. Like, I'm annoyed. You could tell he did not want to be there. He didn't want to be there. And then the district attorney asked him, they said, did I subpoena you here today? He said, yes. So he had to be there. Okay. And so for those that don't know who EJ was Meg's stylist and friend. That's how he referred to her. He said I was her stylist and her friend. Okay. And so they asked EJ a series of questions, pretty much, you know, how did that day work? What happened that day? You know, going to Kylie's house. And so pretty much what EJ was saying is he picked up Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey, okay, around 1 o'clock. Tory Lanez was never a part of the plan that he knew of. He picked up Megan Thee Stallion, he picked up Kelsey, and they all went to Kylie's house, okay? Now during this time, the defense is trying to paint a picture that Kelsey is the shooter and Kelsey has the guns, okay? So they're like, okay, so you're the stylist, you picked them up, you kind of hang with them, you guys are all at Kylie's house. So what happened when you went to Kylie's house? EJ says, well, Kylie showed us where to put our stuff. We went upstairs, put our stuff down, came downstairs, and party. And Megan Thee Stallion, you know, kind of stayed up for about 15 minutes and then came down. And so with this, they asked, you know, the defense is figuring out, okay, so who packed Megan's bags? Because EJ talks about how he was the one like kind of packing the bags and, you know, he's her stylist, so he packs Megan's bags or whatever. And they kept trying to allude to the fact that he also said, so do you guys travel alone? Or do you guys travel, like, how do you guys travel? And he was like, you know, sometimes we travel together, we travel alone, like, we travel anyway. Sometimes we travel with security, but all the times we don't travel with security. And he was like, well, when you don't travel with security, how do you protect her? He's like, I mean, what do you mean? I don't know. We protect ourselves. He was like, well, how do you protect yourselves when you're traveling with no security? He's like, well, I mean, we protect ourselves. He was like, well, sir, you said up there that you would carry like weapons or something. He was like, well, I mean, we would have like mace and pepper spray and maybe a taser. He said, well, have you ever seen anything that looked like a gun or like a weapon? He said to me, maybe I could have seen things that maybe resembled a gun, but I don't know if it was actually a gun. I don't even know why EJ said that. So the defense was saying, so you saw a thing that looked like a gun before? He was like, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I can't say it's a gun, but it kind of maybe looked like one, but it really wasn't one. But like, we don't really, we carry like pepper spray or mace. And he's like, so have you ever seen a gun? Like, he's like, well, no. But so he's like, so when you're packing Megan Thee Stallion's bags, or when you're carrying her bags, when you're dealing with her luggage and stuff, when you're packing these girls up, do you go through their bags? He was like, well, no, I just throw the stuff on top of, and I just pack it. They said, well, have you ever seen anything in her bags? Like, no. And he was also trying to say, have you seen anything in Kelsey's bags? It's like, no. But then EJ made it clear. He was like, well, I don't pack Kelsey stuff. I just kind of packed Kelsey stuff, when it was time to leave Kylie Jenner's house, the day of, that party, because Kelsey was drunk and it was time to go. So I was just packing their stuff. But Kelsey is Megan Thee Stallion's assistant. So there's no need for me to be packing her stuff. I usually pack Meg stuff. Well, when you see Meg, does she have weapons in her bag? Like, what do you have? And the man kept trying to get him to say that there's like a gun in the bag, that he's seen guns in Megan Thee Stallion's bag or guns in Kelsey's bag. Or then maybe you didn't see anything, so you don't know exactly what's in it. So the defense was trying to paint this picture that either they carry weapons on them when they don't have security, or EJ don't know it, but they carry weapons on them. Like Kelsey had a gun on her, is what the picture he was trying to paint. So with this being said, right, they go into the story of the night. Now, this is what was some tea. So we get into the conversation about how many people was there. He said it was Kylie Jenner, 3 of her friends, her security, Meg Thee Stallion, Kelsey, him. They were like, was everybody drinking? He said, well, I don't drink, but everybody else was there drinking. Well, how much was everybody drinking? He was like, they was drinking quite a lot of bottles. He was like, well, what's quite a lot of liquor? He was like 6 or 7 bottles of liquor. And they like, oh, okay. So they were really drinking. He was like, yeah, And then later on, Odell Beckham came, Corey Gamble came. They're drinking. Everybody's drinking, having a good time. Now, I remember I told you guys that Kelsey said that Megan Thee Stallion was in the kitchen making nachos. EJ says Megan Thee Stallion was in the kitchen making tacos. They never finished the tacos because Megan Thee Stallion was like, y'all having way too much fun out here without me. And so she commits to joining the party. So everybody's having a good time. Now, apparently, Kelsey got and at this point, Meg's in the pool. I think Kylie's in the pool. Kelsey's in the pool. But Kelsey gets so drunk. I don't know if she's on a floaty or something in the pool, but she gets so drunk where she blacks out and passes out. EJ helps Kelsey upstairs into the bed. So Kelsey's out for the count for maybe 1 or 2 hours or whatever the case may be. Okay. Everybody's having a good time. They're partying, this, that, and the third. Now, apparently, through that whole day or through that whole night, Kylie Jenner had been asking about Tory Lanez. According to EJ, Kylie Jenner was very excited and she really wanted to see Tory Lanez. Mind you, Tory Lanez hadn't got there yet. Now, what ended up happening was MEG called Tory, FaceTime Tory, and was like, you coming through or whatever, you coming over or whatever. And Tory, I guess, said he was coming over. So within 30 minutes of that phone call, Tory comes. Okay. They said Tory comes. Megan Thee Stallion comes back to the door. Kylie comes to the door. They say Megan Thee Stallion, he said Megan Thee Stallion is twerking and wiggling, on the patio. Tory walks up, Kylie Jenner glowing, excited to see Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez comes. He wakes up Kelsey. This time Kelsey was very coherent. She was coherent. She was cool. I mean, maybe still a little bit drunk, but she had sobered up a little bit. So they all start getting back in the pool. Kelsey didn't drink that much, but Megan is still drinking. And Megan is drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking. Meg's in a two-piece. At this point, Tory Lanez got on drawers. Yes, so Tory Lanez is in his drawers. So he's carrying. So it's no swimmer suit, it's no swim trunks. He the only nigga there. I think Corey gambled on them left. Tory Lanez is in his drawers, okay, in the pool with Kylie Jenner, Megan Thee Stallion. If I'm a straight man, bitch, I'm getting my life. And I got a thin piece of drawers on. Oh, baby, it's going down. Okay, got a thin piece of woo. That's some hot shit, bitch. Yes, God, I'm in my drawers, bitch. Let's play a wet panty party. Yes. So apparently he in his drawers, panting. Okay. Now they get drunk. They getting drunk. They having a good time. Things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Meg is getting drunk. Meg makes a comment, a shady comment to Kylie Jenner. But what happened first was, this is according to EJ. Kelsey said, "Oh my God, Kylie, you are so cool. You are such a vibe. I like you so much. Like, you are such a vibe." And Meg said, "Yeah, I'm glad too, because I swear I thought you was lame. I thought you was a lame." So thank God, like, cause I could have sworn, I swear I thought you was lame. Like, that's what she said. And EJ, knowing Kylie, knowing Meg, he like, okay, it's some tea. We got to get Meg out of here, because EJ says when Meg starts giving that, when she gets past the faded part, when she's on full, she's a different person. So he was like trying to get Megan Thee Stallion to let's go. But Megan Thee Stallion was giving pushback. She didn't really want to go. She then started getting irritated. But her wig was slipping. He was trying to tell her, girl, get out. Let me fix your wig. He said at one point, Megan Thee Stallion wig was all the way back here. And it was non-recoverable. So it was time to leave. Now, he had went through all their clothes in the bag, and this is when the prosecutor said, "So did you see anything in the?" I mean, the defense was saying, "Do you see anything in the bag, or did you see a gun in the bag?" Trying to say, there was a gun in the bag or something. And he's like, "Nah, man, I didn't see nothing in the bag. I just put the bags in my car." But Megan Thee Stallion got irritated because Tory didn't want to leave. Megan Thee Stallion was like, "Get Tory and Kelsey. I don't want to leave without them." Tory did not want to leave that house. Tory's there in his drawers with Kylie Jenner. He like, "Man, could go. She's drunk. I'm done with it." You know what I mean? And so Megan Thee Stallion is getting irritated. And EJ can sense like, okay, she's getting irritated. She's about to start. And then she started getting aggressive and loud. That was what he was saying. It was because she was very, very drunk. So he said when she gets drunk, she starts getting very aggressive, very loud. Okay. And he's like, "Girl, I don't want to be the only black people at these people's house. Like, this is the white girl house still out there today. It's a lot going on. Like, girl, we just need to get you out of here." Okay. She like, "No, I'm riding with Tory. Tory is taking this. It's all good." So then EJ transfers the clothes, the luggage, into the back of Tory's car. Tory doesn't go. But EJ like, "Girl, I can take you home. I'm not drunk. I'm good. I can drive. Y'all roll with me." And she like, "No." And EJ said he got irritated because people made it seem like he left them. And he like, "Girl, I would have never left them because I already knew how Meg is when she gets drunk. And after she made a slick, shady, sly comment to Kylie, I already knew, let's wrap this up. Because this is not going to go far. This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well at all." So, long story short, Kelsey and Meg end up getting in the car with Tory's driver. They leave. Okay. EJ follows behind them. I think he went left, they went right, or they went right and he went left, but they split. Then they came back because Meg lost her slipper. Now this is what's interesting. Now in that, right? I need y'all to pause right there. In that, the defense is trying to build this case like, EJ, how well do you know Tory? Do you trust Tory? Have you ever seen Tory around Meg? Now EJ's like, I thought Tory was an asshole at first, but Tory is such a great guy. Tory is cool. We trusted him. We would go hang out. Sometimes when I would drop Meg off, during the pandemic, he was cool. I didn't have no problems with Tory. We trusted Tory. He never gave me the inkling that he would shoot her or anything like that. So they're building this rapport on how Tory Lanez is this personable person. He's cool. It's not a big deal. EJ saying like he trusts him. This is what he's telling the defense. And he's never seen Tory Lanez with any guns. He didn't see any guns in the car. He didn't see any of that. Okay? He didn't see any of that, and Tory Lanez pretty much was a cool dude from what he knew. That's what he was saying, right? And Meg liked him. They had been spending lots and lots of time together privately. And so it was never a problem. So then we get over to the car. They show some pictures of evidence. So they asked EJ, they said, so what did you put in the car? They was like, EJ was like, well, it was like a Louis Vuitton bag, and it was like a luggage suitcase, and some stuff like that. And so the defense pulls up the pictures from the car, some evidence. And they say, now, EJ said he put the luggage and the Louis Vuitton bag in the trunk of the car. Okay? So, when they pulled up the picture, the Louis Vuitton bag and the luggage was in the back seat of the car, in the middle of the two back seats, bloody. So the defense says, you see, this is the rear passenger side door open. You see this is the luggage. You see this is the Louis Vuitton bag. And you see this is the front console, right? Did you put the luggage there? He said, no, I put the luggage in the trunk. Do you know what was in that bag? No, I don't know. Did you see any weapons in that bag? Like, now, so he's alluding to Kelsey or Megan Thee Stallion. He was doing a good job. Kelsey or Megan Thee Stallion had a gun in that bag and went and got the bag and grabbed the gun, and that's how the gun got in play. That is what he was trying to sell. Now, I was good selling until the prosecution came up. So then the prosecution asked, what do you think about Kelsey? How is Kelsey? EJ says, Kelsey's the life of the party. How is Kelsey as a drunk? Well, Kelsey, she can't drink too much. She passes out, but she's very loving. She's not a violent person. She doesn't really get too mean. I mean, she can get irritated, but she doesn't go as far as Megan. Megan gets very mean, like an aggressive and loud. But Kelsey is not like Megan when she gets drunk. So they were like, do you think Kelsey would have a gun? It's like, no. Have you ever seen Kelsey be violent in any kind of way? He's like, no. They said, why did Kelsey go back? Why did Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey go back to the house? And this is where I felt like the prosecution should have really tried to drive their point home, but they just kind of did it. But if you got it, you got it. He was like, because she left her slippers. So in my mind, because, I got to tell you this. Megan Thee Stallion left the house EJ says, left the house barefooted. That's very important. It says Megan Thee Stallion left Kylie Jenner's house barefooted. Megan Thee Stallion, so she was that drunk. She was that drunk. She left the house barefooted. Okay? Kelsey had on her slippers. Megan left barefooted in a bathing suit. Kelsey put a top on. Megan Thee Stallion was just outside in a car, drunk. Now, Megan Thee Stallion at the time, I think Kylie Jenner stays in like the Hollywood Canyon something or something like that, and Megan Thee Stallion she stayed like at the top of Runyon Canyon at the time. She was living literally at the top of Runyon Canyon. That's where Megan Thee Stallion was staying. So it was like a 15 to 20 minute drive from Kylie Jenner's house to Megan Thee Stallion's house. Hence the reason why they was probably on Sunset. Okay. Now, I say that to say, in my mind, in my head, Megan Thee Stallion is so drunk, she tells the nigga, where's my shoes? Pull over, whatever. She's probably looking for her purse, looking for her luggage, looking for her sandals. Pulls the luggage to the front because, I mean, it's the SUV. So you could just reach over the thing, pull the luggage to the front. Probably going through the luggage or the bag looking for the sandals, realize the sandals ain't in there. Megan Thee Stallion thinking EJ packed the sandals. No, my Louis Vuitton sandals not here. Turn around. Now, and Tory's still at that whole Kylie house. Turn around. I'm going to Kylie, back to Kylie house in my mind. But the defense is trying to say, they're trying to put in the minds that, well, wait a minute. Why? Which is a good point. Why is this luggage sitting in the back seat when EJ put it in the trunk? Was there a weapon in the luggage? But the prosecution, they didn't drive it home. But if it were me, I'd have been like, do you think she could have possibly been looking for her sandals and her shoes and realized they were not packed in her luggage? So then she turned around and went back to Kylie Jenner's house? So, and then, child, they tried to add, and then after that, girl, they tried to add another charge to Tory Lanez. They tried to add a couple of charges, I feel like. I don't remember the exact charges, but they were saying there were some new things that came out. They wanted to add some felony charges about bribing and $1 million that, you know, that people are still like a payoff. Like they're trying to charge him on that, but that got thrown out. They were trying to say that he was trying to pay people off, and they were trying to figure out if he's trying to pay people off, and they were going to try to add another charge, you know, on that. But anyway, I say that, yeah, like bribery charges. Yes. Now, I say that to say that's how Meg got back to Tory Lanez. Now, to Kylie Jenner. Now, what I will say about this EJ testimony, corroborates exactly, almost to the T, of what happened or what Kelsey said happened. Now, apparently, EJ and Kelsey have not talked in years, maybe here and there at an event. He don't even talk to Megan Thee Stallion. But what Kelsey said in that testimony directly corroborates, at least the Kylie Jenner piece, what EJ is saying. Now, Kelsey was saying Megan Thee Stallion was being loud and doing a loud laugh she ain't never done before. But EJ said that she kind of slighted Kylie Jenner. But it was still some shade. She wasn't feeling how. So what I'm getting out of that, Megan Thee Stallion got drunk. When she gets drunk, she gets belligerent. We've all seen Megan Thee Stallion live on air getting drunk. And the thing about it is, you got Kylie Jenner. You keep asking for Tory Lanez. You real giddy for Tory Lanez. I'm feeling away. Okay. That's why EJ like, okay, get her out of here, because she damn near caught this woman lame in her house. Now you reading Kylie Jenner passive aggressively. So That was pretty much today. Now tomorrow, I think is it Sean Kelly? Sean Kelly, the witness, the neighbor that allegedly seen Kelsey and Megan Thee Stallion fighting will be on the stand tomorrow. What I also think is so interesting about this whole case, Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard has not been brought up, and neither has the driver been brought up as to why they're not here. So it's a lot of things. But the EJ piece, EJ could only go so far. They were using EJ to try to paint the narrative of either on the defense that Kelsey could possibly be the one that had the gun and be the shooter because she could probably carry weapons in her bag. And the prosecutor was painting the narrative that Kelsey is a sweet girl and she's not really one of the ones that could be super confrontational. And he also said, well, did you see what was in Tory's bag? Did you see what was in the console of Tory's car? Did you check, like, so we can do a tit for tat. Did you see this? Did you see that? All day. So I think EJ's testimony really didn't do anything but give us more information about how sloppy of a drunk Megan Thee Stallion is and how messy she is. Now, if they were smart, they could have painted the picture and talked about how Megan Thee Stallion allegedly attacked EJ at Cardi B's party, and why they fell out. And how, but that just goes to Megan Thee Stallion's character, how everybody that she's around, she falls out with. Now, that doesn't excuse the fact that she's been shot, but I'll just say, after whatever happens with this, Megan Thee Stallion, what's very interesting is, yes, girl, let's say you've been shot. Yes, hopefully you get your justice. But girl, once all that's said and done, you get your justice. Does anybody like you? Does anybody care to be your friend, be around you? Not only do you fall out with everybody, but girl, you're a vicious, messy, sloppy girl. You have a lot going on, girl. A lot going on. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting that Tory Lanez just sitting in court like this, gagging, panic. Now, I will tell you, Tory Lanez has some great lawyers. They do a good job of making you feel like, but there's just no way, I'm just going to be honest with you, there's no way they're not going to convince me that Tory Lanez, that wasn't his gun. So then the prosecution says, have you ever seen Tory Lanez with a gun? Did you notice that Tory Lanez has guns? He said, no, I've never seen a gun on Tory Lanez. Hold on. No, I've never seen a gun on Tory Lanez, right? Then the prosecutor just throws out a Hail Mary. Did you see the big gun on his chest? Let me see if the big gun tattoo on his chest. Hold on, let me see. Tory Lanez shirt off. Let me see. Let me look at Tory Lanez shirt off tattoos. Do he have a big gun on his chest? I don't see no big gun on his chest. He just threw that out there and everybody looked like, what? Yeah, he the nigga don't even, do he have a gun on his chest? I'm on the page. I don't even see a gun on the man's chest. They just threw that one out there. He went for a Hail Mary. Because I don't even see that. He just threw that one out there. He said, you see the big gun tattooed on his chest? And everybody's like, no. Tory Lanez talking about. Everybody in the courtroom like, what? Nigga, what? Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, child. So, now tomorrow, though, we get the tea on this witness that is allegedly saw Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey fighting. So he takes the stand tomorrow. And the officer that messed up the damn evidence will be on the stand tomorrow too. Okay. This is a very sloppy case. And I'm going to tell you that, girl, I go back and forth. Here's my thing. I think that Tory Lanez can get off and win this. And the reason why I think so, not because I'm going to be all the way honest with you. I'm going to be all the way honest with you, and it's no shade. I think he did it. But I just don't think they're going to really be able to convince everybody or prove it. Like, I just don't, like, it's not clear enough. But I feel like, but the thing is too, it's like when you're trying to make it seem like Kelsey got the guns in her luggage. It's just such a far fetch. It's just such a far fetch. Like, you can listen to the lyrics of Bustin' Back. You can listen to the lyrics of Shots Fired by Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey. I mean, both Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey. They tell you pretty much what happened. The bottom line is this: Tory Lanez got in his feelings because Megan Thee Stallion was being very belligerent, drunk, disrespectful. They was both in their feelings. He exposed her. Tory Lanez was in his drawers about to bang Kylie Jenner. He was about to clap those. Megan Thee Stallion was feeling some type of way because she was doing some underhanded stuff and she wanted that dick. Kylie Jenner kept saying, "Where's the nigga at? Bring the nigga over here." She FaceTimes the nigga. The nigga come over. He gets in the pool in his drawers, probably white. Peter thing, poking. Megan Thee Stallion starting to feel insecure because now, you know, yeah, you Megan Thee Stallion, but bitch, we at a Kardashian house. You at this Armenian white woman with all this money. Girl, you might have been able to take him from Kelsey, but you can't keep him away from no porcelain princess. That's a different kind of clout chase. You stick your porker in a Kardashian, that's a different type of network. Okay, yeah, Kelsey to Megan Thee Stallion is a social climb, but then you bang a Kardashian Jenner, you's a different kind of nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then, then you in a three-way with Megan Thee Stallion and Kylie Jenner, and you 5'5", 5'2". Wow. Want some late night Hollywood shit? On some lit, on some hoo, on some yee, on some he, on some girl. It's giving what we yes. Hey, Megan Thee Stallion, I've been porking you. I've been hitting you, girl. I can't really hit you comfortably like I want to because Kelsey right here. And girl, you know me and you just friends anyway. So I'm finna hit Kylie. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion, nigga, no, you got me up. You not finna hit, no, you not finna fuck this white bitch. I don't even like her like that. Okay, now you get in the car. You expose Megan Thee Stallion because she being belligerent, she being loud, she doing, you know, whatever her big one. So then you tell her, because she dry hating on you because she mad that you was finna sit up there with Kylie. This is my theory now. Now I'm giving you my theory. Now you mad, okay? And so you say, well, bitch, why you doing all that? Why you don't tell Kylie? Why you don't tell Kelsey how fake you are? Because, bitch, you been sucking mine since you so mad. Then she start getting disrespectful. You little dick, you bitch ass nigga. You don't believe him, Kelsey. Kelsey's over here sitting like, what? Just waking up. What happened? Megan, really? Again? And they talking, you know? Didn't the slurs go? You bitch ass nigga. You ain't nothing. You was on the you was on the Jack Harlow remix. You was on the White Boy remix. Your career is trash. Tory Lanez tell her, you big, tall, thick, nasty hoe bitch. You know, you done everybody in the industry, you a hoe, you a cum dumping slut, whatever. And she probably telling them you spray bald headed, no hair having mother, no hair having, no Grammy having, no hit single, no height having bastard bitch whore. You know what I mean? And then Kelsey in there talking about, how can you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Tory Megan, and then Tory didn't tell Kelsey, bitch, shut up, I'll shoot your ass. Shut your stupid ass up, bitch. I'll shoot you, bitch. Shut your ass up. And Megan talking about, bitch, you shut up, you bitch ass nigga. And then he tell you, both you bitches get the fuck out. And then Meg probably tell you, yeah, I will get out. You broke ass, bum ass. You can't afford this, but anyway, whatever. And in Tory Lanez, she probably said some real disrespectful ass shit. Probably said some real disrespect. So that's when he hopped over that car, opened that door, and said, "Yeah, dance, bitch. You talking about my career? All right, bitch. I'm gonna show you, bitch. You think you hot? Cause she done hit him in the ego. So now, oh, bitch, you think you hot? Cause Megan Thee Stallion, she's the squatter and the dancer. Yeah, I'm gonna show you, bitch. Cause you gonna hurt me. All right, dance, bitch. Bow. Shot at her, girl, and fucked around and really made her know it. She probably pulled the gun. And he probably said, "Bitch, you do something. What you gonna do with that pussy ass gun, nigga? I'm fighting you a bitch. You know, with them pellets. Oh, you don't think I'll do it?" Then he told her, and she probably was talking shit the whole way. She walking like, pussy ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, fuck you, bitch. I'm out of here. She drunk. She out the car in a bathing suit walking down Sunset Boulevard. Come on. Megan Thee Stallion walking down Sunset Boulevard. Dance, bitch, or wherever she at. Dance. You stupid bitch. But then this is what gets interesting. This is what gets interesting for me. Now, this is when the conspiracy come out. And I haven't figured out how I want to articulate my conspiracy. But Kelsey made something very clear. She said something happened in the driveway. Oh my God. Yes, something happened in the driveway. Something happened in the driveway when Kelsey went to go check on Megan Thee Stallion. She said Tory Lanez went and checked on her too. You know what I'm saying? And he talked to her. She got back in the car and she was calm. But I think at that moment, whatever they talked about, it had became the end of Chelsea. And for some reason, I feel like Chelsea, without really knowing, wasn't a part of the true plan. And she became a silent fall guy. That's why Roc Nation intercepted, start talking to Kelsey, telling Kelsey she had to move. Meg Thee Stallion went ghost. Wouldn't even let Megan Thee Stallion, wouldn't even return Kelsey's phone call till weeks later. Told Kelsey to get an apartment and she gonna pay the rent up for a year. Why did you turn on Kelsey? What did you and Tory talk about? In my mind, I feel like they had a conversation. He told Tory, girl, because you got to think about it too. According to Kelsey, Quan said, Kelsey, stay out of this. They fight like this all the time. They do this. They fight nasty like this. So maybe Tory like, oh, and Meg probably she wasn't going to tell. So, and she also know what she contributes to the toxicity and to the violence. So she probably felt like this was just one time it went too far, but he was able to sweet talk her. They was on their Blueface and Krishan. No shade. They was on their Blueface and Krishan, in my opinion. Okay? And just like they Blueface and Krishan, somehow they was gonna reason this out in their head. And I think Tory was like, listen, we got careers. You at the brink of your career. I'm doing we don't need this. Let's get in the car. We in the middle of fucking LA right now. Hollywood, do you know, like, this shit, this is crazy. We're about to be on the fucking news. Like, this you don't need this right now. I need you to get the fuck up. Let's go. This has gone too far. And she probably thinking, bitch, I got to get up. And say, listen, if anything, we have to put that shit on Kelsey. Fuck it. I don't know if he said that, but I think that's when the Roc Nation call came in and said, listen, you ain't, Megan, you don't really know what happened. It was a lot, you and Tory, but listen, it's too many people here. Quan's got to go. You and Tory are going to be at the front of this. We got to get rid of Kelsey. We got to leave a room open for her to be a fall guy. We got to have, for your career's sake, it's got to be at least two people. It can't just be Tory. Because if that doesn't work, we need another fall guy. We need another possible villain or another possible suspect. And it has to be Kelsey. We're going to make the call. We got this, babe. This is business. We got to let her go. It's a liability. You have to do it. And I feel like she like, yeah, fuck it, do it, do it, fuck, do it, fuck it, fuck it. Turn her phone on silent. There's no more Kelsey. Let the people think whatever. Let them think Kelsey this, let them think, but you cannot look sloppy. At least not by yourself. Okay? In my mind. Okay? Shit. Okay? And I'm trying to figure out, I haven't figured out everything else, but child, I feel like on some like weird power-ish, everybody's doing a little overacting, and I wouldn't be surprised if Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez secretly have realized, okay, we need this to just kind of go away, and we're going to be in cahoots together, because none of them, for Meg, Tory hasn't said anything, which is also interesting. If you're innocent, why are you not talking? If you're innocent, where's your driver? Everybody keep trying to say Tory's so innocent, but before I get to that, even Kelsey, nobody's saying every single detail. Now here's some hot tea, but I'm not really sure if this is true. Somebody called me the other day because we were talking about this. This is like a celebrity contact. Somebody called me the other day and they said that, Tory Lanez told them or told somebody, or this is what he's telling people, allegedly, that the gun was in the console. They were all fighting for the gun. Everybody was looking at the gun, but Meg wasn't trying to like shoot. She was like, but everybody was reaching for the gun and grabbing for the gun. And Meg was like, she was grabbing too. So I don't know who was grabbing to shoot. Maybe Tory they was sitting there. Tory went for the gun. Kelsey went for the gun. Meg went for the gun. They was all grabbing and tussling over the gun. Meg got out. Start walking away, and somehow she got shot. I don't know if that's the truth though. 5 times. That's what they saying, that Tory is saying, like that's why the fingerprints got all the X and Y chromosomes. It's got male DNA, female DNA all over the gram, and his DNA results are showing inconclusive because everybody hands was on the gun. I don't know if that's true though. That's why I didn't report that in its entirety, because I didn't really get a detailed explanation. So I don't really know about that. That could not be true or not. So anyway, I personally feel as though, going back to my theory, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they're just like, girl, you're going to have to take your loss, Megan Thee Stallion. We'll try to bounce back. Tory Lanez, we can't have him get 22 years because that's not going to look good for you either, Meg. That's just because everybody's not buying this, and we don't want him to be going down for 22 years. So let's just, somehow find a way to throw this whole damn case. You take your lashes. If nobody knows, if no one can figure it out, it'll just be one of those things that was like, nobody ever figured it out. You go your way, and we're good. And that's what I feel like they both want to happen. I don't think that anybody really wants the truth to be out on either side. And I think that Kelsey found herself lost in the middle of a situation where 2 people didn't give a damn about her. Both sides were willing to sacrifice her. So she had to lawyer up and figure it out. And Megan Thee Stallion got upset with her because Megan Thee Stallion, you weren't even talking to Kelsey until you needed Kelsey to get online and tell them people what happened, and Kelsey wouldn't do it. Hence the reason why now Kelsey is getting online acting stupid. I don't know shit, because now somebody done gotten Kelsey here and said, wake up, bitch. Don't you realize that you are the fucking fall guy? You've been set up on both sides. because you have the least to lose. You are the easiest to dispose. So, girl, I feel like there was a deal made between both parties that Kelsey had no idea it was made. And then they all made their separate deals on the side, and maybe there was a bigger overarching conversation that Kelsey never had any privy to. But girl, she didn't realize that she was going to be the piñata. Bow. But that's just my whole thing. But anyway, enough of the conspiracy. Let's get down to your opinion. Let's get down to your opinion, because child, we can go conspiracy all day long. But I'm so glad. That's why I wait to the end. All right. They saying Kelsey took that hush money. Guys, it's a hush money. It's some hush money. Well, then this is what I'm saying too. Everybody that keeps saying Tory's innocent, Tory's innocent, Tory's innocent. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm just innocent like that, and I don't know why nobody is bringing this together, and my life is on the line for 22 years, Quan ass better bring his stupid ass back up here. Nigga, you better say something. Because you was real close to the situation. Quan, you was the same one that apparently tell Kelsey money talks and you trying to save her. And Tory gonna try to save you. Quan, if I'm Tory Lanez and I'm innocent and Kelsey did it, and you know what happened, and I'm facing 22 years away from my kid, nigga, and I'm a black man on probation and all of that, if you don't bring your black ass up here and testify, God damn it, don't nobody have to do that. Sir, the defense would like to call me, Tory Lanez, to the stand. I ain't shoot that bitch, and let me tell you what happened. I showed up to Kylie Jenner house with no drawers on and dick swinging, and I want to bang all three of them, bitch. I was just waiting for EJ to call her Uber. Meg got the trip, and I told that bitch she wilding out in this my porcelain princess house. You and your friend get the fuck out of here. I'll bang you bitches later. But I'm finna have Kylie Jenner suck my dick while I finger pop that porcelain putty. Meg came back cock black. We got in the car. I had to cheer her up. She tried to expose her. She's got this trip, and I want to bring my hand up to smack that bitch. But she went and said some nasty things to me. And her and Kelsey was fighting because they was mad. They was whooping my ass. And Kelsey grabbed a pistol and shot that bitch. It wasn't me. It was not me. Megan was so damn drunk the bitch shot herself. I was trying to move the gun. In fact, that's why my hand ain't on nothing, nigga. That's why I told these bitches to get out, because this hoe was asking for the gun. I don't have time for shit like that. That's would have been me if I'm Tory Lanez and I ain't shoot nobody and I'm facing 22 years. Don't nobody have to get on this motherfucking testify. I'm finna say, bitch, I ain't do it. Was it your gun? Was it unregistered? Yes, it was, and it was unregistered, sir. My bad, but I know I damn well I didn't shoot that bitch. Nigga, we can go, but let's go to the 7-Eleven cameras. Let's go to the Kylie Jenner. Nigga, I'm sure it's cameras all down this block, and I knock on everybody's goddamn door. I want everybody camera, everybody garage door camera, every house camera, every 7-Eleven camera, every Chevron camera. I ain't shoot nobody, nigga. That would have been me if I ain't do it. The fuck? That would have been me. And that nigga right there driving, nigga, you know I didn't shoot her. You better say, where's that nigga at? That's just what I'm saying. Nigga, you did it. You did it. You definitely did it. Because your driver would be speaking. Why is he not here? Because he know too much. You got rid of him and you didn't want him in that cross-examination. Let's just be real. Did it. You just banking on the fact that the prosecution, it's got a sloppy case. That's all. But he did it. But can they prove it? He definitely did it. And it was definitely his gun. So yeah. Hold on. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
At your show now,
can we just
press
be
1.
real?
To hear important instructions, press...
Your show is scheduled to start in 32 seconds.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take a couple calls. Super chats to the top 563-999-3658. Very much so. It was that hoe right there. You did it.
Your show will go
You
live
did
in
it.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right. 4657, you're live on the air.
Hey,
Hello?
Armon.
Hey, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hey, baby, I'm going to make this quick because I know you about to have people calling you. I love you. But I have to tell you, when you're reporting it from the female officer side, if a female officer has to detain 2 half-naked bleeding women, she's paying attention to the 2 half-naked bleeding women.
She didn't have to detain. No. Hold on. I have to stop you. She did not have to. No, there was an officer that was tending to Meg. She was only detaining Kelsey.
Okay. All right. Well, even then, Kelsey was half-naked and she had blood on her face, too. So she's not paying attention to 2 black men. I don't know if this officer was white or not, but she's not paying attention to the 2 black men off to the side. I'm assuming there were male officers, so
They wasn't to the
probably
side.
paying
The problem is this. So the problem that they're having is this. The lady was set to review multiple body cams. Okay, she didn't just review. She was testifying. So she was reviewing the body cam footage of that night from all officers because they showed body cam footage from Megan Thee Stallion's officer. That's how we got this. That's how I got to see Megan Thee Stallion, and I got to hear Megan Thee Stallion say, "No, I can walk." That was from Meg's detaining officer. But that officer that they put on the stand, her job was to review all the body cam footage from that night. And on top of that, Tory Lanez and Kelsey were detained next to each other. Megan Thee Stallion was away going towards the ambulance. So the thing is, you're right next to Tory Lanez. You didn't hear or see anything?
So then what about the part when she said he was looking down at the ground? He was still
That's
sitting
all.
on the
So
ground
that's
next to her,
what
or
I'm
he
saying.
was in the driveway?
No, so they're both standing there. So that's the point. So you see that he's down looking at the ground. So that's all you got? You didn't hear Tory saying anything? You couldn't get his demeanor? You just seen him down looking at the ground. So you just got nothing. So did you see anything on the tapes when you did the research? Well, I didn't look. I didn't know to look. I didn't really look. Well, ma'am, didn't you come up here to testify? And shouldn't you have been better prepared? I mean, you didn't think you were going to get cross-examined? You didn't review the full tape? Well, I was just looking for this specific part.
Oh, okay.
You can't do that.
He did say something like he was worried about her being okay.
Yeah, well, we don't know. That's what the defense is saying. But she don't know because she didn't hear it.
You didn't see that on the tape.
I didn't hear it, and she didn't hear it.
I just want to know about the coffin man, the coffin juror.
All the jurors are still. The man was still doing a little coffin. Yes, all the jurors are still there. No juror was removed, contrary to what people are saying. There was no juror removed. So
okay,
that is a lie.
The coffin juror, the elevator juror, and then Tory Daddy. You must know he don't be listening to you because you was talking about that man here on StationHead. Other than that, that's it. I ain't got nothing else.
But I like his hair. I looked at it today. Bye. It's kind of like, I like it. It's like a spray.
No, okay, his hair look good today? How his hair look?
It's the same. Bye, fool. 8010, you live on the air.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? So, first of all, I want to congratulate you and say you have done your big one on this
Okay,
case.
purr.
You have definitely broke down everything to a T. And I wouldn't want to go to anybody else but you to get all the tea.
Thank you.
This case is just too much. It's stressing me out. I just want it to be over. I feel like everybody's lying. No one's telling the truth. And we're never really going to get the real truth out of this case. It's just going to be what it is. And I feel like Tory's going to win it. And it's just going to be what it is. Now, as far as where their career is going to go after this, we don't know. Because,
okay.
how is Megan, what's going to happen from here when Megan, if she loses or wins, how is this going to be affected? She's already affected now with her sexuality and everything else. And Tory's still going on and living his life and doing whatever he's doing. So it's just what's going to happen from here?
I don't know. That's a good question. We still got a couple more days. We got to get into this witness. So I'll keep you posted.
Right.
But I got to take some more calls. Thanks, love.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me get this one. 0609, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for taking your time to, give everybody the facts, and we appreciate everything that you're doing for us.
Thank you.
I just had a couple things. Yeah, you're welcome. I had a couple things to say. So all this information that's coming out, I don't really think it's new. So I'm not shocked because this was in 2020. So it's a lot of people are acting like, oh, this is shocking. This is new. If you read the transcripts, a lot of this stuff was already said. I think it's new to people who weren't following it. But there's just a couple things I want to say. Isn't it funny that in Tory's IG Live, didn't he say Megan was never shot, but it was confirmed that she was shot?
I don't remember. Did he say that?
Yeah, remember when he?
Because you know what? Because he was trying to say, I thought she stepped on glass. But it's been confirmed that those were definitely bullet fragments.
Kept saying that in the IG Live. He said, verbatim, he said, no one said you were shot but you. And that whole IG Live, he looked very angry. So how does he go, people are saying Meg's lying. Only thing she lied about was basically not sleeping with him, which I figured she slept with him. Okay, fine. It's not a crime. I mean, so long as you're telling the truth in court, that's what really matters. But Tory went from saying that the girl was never shot. So how does he go from she wasn't shot to now she was shot?
But Meg also, but I think Meg, even in her testimony, I don't feel like she's just telling the full story, which led up to the shooting. She's not saying, girl, I was belligerently drunk. We got kicked out of Kylie Jenner's, girl. We was going back and forth. I hit, you got to tell the story.
Is that the defense saying that? That's
no, I'm saying.
Yeah, this is my thing. Why are people acting like Meg's on trial? Who cares if she was drunk? The whole point is you're blaming Kelsey. Why aren't you talking about what Kelsey did? You're pretty much trying to talk about Meg's character. Did he have a text message that said he was so drunk too? So literally, how is everybody drunk, but you can only remember certain facts? And then if you go to an IG live of his one of Tory's old security guards, his old security guard said that Tory carries guns all the time and he wipes his guns off for him, so they don't mix DNA. I'm telling everyone right now, after this IG Live, go on and type Tory Lane's bodyguard, not the one that said what happened, but a security guard from him took a charge for Tory about in 2016 and said when he got pulled over for rolling loud that he took Tory's gun and he said, and I wiped it off so we wouldn't cross-mix DNA. That's not hard. Everyone knows in the hood, that's what you do when you get pulled over. Either someone's going to take the blame or you wipe the gun off.
Well, that's kind of what I thought too. I figured that's clearly what happened to the gun. Homeboy Quan wiped it off.
Yeah, because they said there was 2 males or something like that. Of course, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, why wouldn't his security guard be there? Tory had all this to say, oh, I can't wait to speak and tell my truth. So then why don't you speak and say something? Because he knows he's going to get lit up in cross-examination.
But here's the problem. The prosecution, they messed up because why didn't you test Kelsey for the DNA? That's so stupid.
I have a theory to that. Yeah, that is stupid. I have a theory because Meg was the only one that accused. It sounds dumb, but I think because the only one that was being accused was Tory. And he was the one that was doing these IG lives, the comments about saying Kelsey did it, but then, the IG live saying that you were never shot. No one said you were shot. And then his comment saying that Kelsey never did it. I've always thought they were in cahoots together. I don't think he'll get off, because the whole point is, even if the prosecution is fumbling a little bit, he's still not being direct. Why are we talking about a party a week later? Let's talk about what happened in the car. We're all aware. Everyone was drunk. Everyone said what they said. It doesn't really matter.
Because they're trying to pin the gun on Kelsey. They're trying to pin the gun on Kelsey. That's what they're trying to do. That's what that was the whole EJ thing, to try to pin the gun on Kelsey. They're trying to pin because the gun wasn't registered.
They never pinned it on her though, right?
No, they can't. They haven't. But that's what they're trying to do.
Exactly. So that's my whole point. Is like, why are we talking about a party? Let's talk about the car. And do you think that he'll actually take the stand? Because I find that if he doesn't take the stand, I think that's basically proving he's guilty. His security guard is gone. Obviously his security guard is going to be on his team. And I think the reason a lot of it, too, people are confused is a lot of security don't want to say nothing. Obviously, he's going to have Tory's side, but because you work in the industry and, you do a lot of stuff with celebrities and they don't want to come across as snitching. Like, people act like it's so hard. Like, well, why would Tory just shoot Meg for no reason? Like, we're black in America. Like, you act like black people don't kill each other over simple stuff every day. Y'all kill each other over shoes, the way you guys look at each other.
Okay, I got to keep going. But thank you.
Like, why is it,
Yes. Love you, boo. I got to keep it moving. We got a lot of people on here, but I heard you. Love you. Bye. Okay, we got to keep going. Because we get long-winded, but we got a full 4 queue. So we got to get to everybody. 32278, you live on the air.
What's up, Armon?
Hey, what's going on? Wait, you know what? Okay, I'm going to take you, and I got this 0990. I'm coming to you next. Okay, what's up?
All right, so one thing I want to say is I have a love and hate relationship with you. So sometimes I feel like you be moving messy, but then like today when you're reporting on this, I want to give you like your major props when you talk about your conspiracy theories, because I'm right on cue with you. I feel like a deal was made. Like, it makes sense in how you broke it down tonight from like the previous night that you broke it down. It's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are at the height of our careers, being Megan. I'm trying to pop with quarantine radio. We can't go down for this. And I just want everybody to think about it. If you were put in that situation in the moment, adrenaline rushing, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
But beyond that, beyond the conspiracy theories, this whole case is a doozy. And like I've been saying from the beginning, it's like an episode of Power, Who Shot Ghost. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Thanks, Boo. Have a good one. Bye. Okay, yes. Okay. 0990, you live on the air.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? Hello?
Hey, Armon. I'm be fast because I'm at work.
Okay.
I said I'm be fast because I'm at work right now. So I want to say this. First, I think it'll result in a mistrial, but the thing about mistrials is they'll have to start all over again. And maybe the prosecution can do a better job of the investigation. And the second thing I want to say is I got like 2 conspiracies myself, because I'm a conspiracy theorist myself. So another YouTuber pointed out the connection that Kelsey had to 1501. And basically, she was like,
girl, I've been telling y'all that for the longest. I don't know why y'all I've literally been saying that D-Boy is freaking Erica Banks' manager and DJ. I've been telling you guys if nobody was listening.
Right.
But yeah, no one broke that. We've been saying that over here.
So she's trying to use that so maybe they'll win their case in their lawsuit. My second conspiracy is because of Megan and Kelsey's friendship and how they acting towards each other. In my opinion, they act like 2 women that were together in a relationship and had a really bad breakup. Do you think it's a possibility that maybe nobody stole Tory from nobody? Maybe these 2 women was knowingly sharing this dude at the same time, and they was like a triple or whatever.
No, thank you though, love. Thank you. Get back to work. Thank you though. I love you. But I don't think that's what's going on. Okay, 7931. We gotta keep it going. 7931. That was a big one. She jumped out the window. Hello.
Hey, Armon. How are you?
Hey. Well, I'm here. What's going on?
I'm good. Okay. I agree that in the end, Megan was shot. Okay, let's just get that out the way. But I am so tired of people acting like, first of all, that she didn't lie at all, or that she only lied one time, and second of all, that there's like that what actually happened leading up to her getting shot doesn't matter. Because if what actually happened leading up to her getting shot doesn't matter, then what is they in court for discussing everything that happened leading up to her getting shot? That doesn't make sense to me. And then let's be clear, Megan came out the gate lying. She is a liar. She came out the gate and said she stepped on glass. Then it was 1 foot shot. Then it was 2 feet shot. Then we all knew she was fooling around with Tory. Then it was, I never fooled around with him on national television with Gail. And then when you get in the courtroom, you finally admit that is what you did. So that's 5 lies right there.
Yes.
So
well, you do have a point. You do have a point, but this is why I'm saying my conspiracy theory. I feel like she's still, in a way, honestly, in my opinion, well, almost up until she had to get on the stand, I feel like she was still protecting Tory Lanez.
I think this is all and I feel like she was a fool from the jump. I'm not protecting nobody that shot at me. I'm not getting back in the car, and I'm not protecting nobody that shot at me.
But it makes sense. I feel like they were on their Blueface Krishan, and they probably been on that. They've been on that.
Right, what you saying, it makes sense, but there's no way you can convince me that after you just shot me, you will kill me. You will kill me. You could have killed me. Roy Lee died from a gunshot in his foot. So you could have killed me, so why would I even be in cahoots with you in any way? That's really all I wanted to say. I want the stallions, the horsies, the nays to stop acting like that they Fave is not a liar. She is a habitual liar. Clearly, she is a compulsive liar. That girl lie all the time. Like, all she does is lie. So I just, and to be clear, everybody is lying, but the person that we've come to the conclusion, just like SZA and just like a few other people we know, Megan is a liar, point blank, period. And so that's why I want people to just stop acting like that's not what this is. So everything, in the end, it all really, yes, she got shot, and we need to figure out who did it, and they need to be in trouble for it. But this wouldn't be such a whirlwind had she not came out the gate lying. That's it, that's all.
Thank you. All right, and that's it. That's all for us here, too. Listen, super chats to the top, but we are going to go and head over to StationHead and do a live after party over there. So if you didn't get through here, perhaps you can get through on StationHead. We just had a lot of people here, and we would have been here all night. And child, I've been in court all day, but you got to get here early. You got to get in here and get in here early. But I love you all for listening and watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys for all the updates. Please click the link and get your FashionNova pieces. Also, follow me on Instagram at the Armon Wiggins Show. That's where I do my lunchtime live. Let me show you that so you guys can know where to follow me when it's time. Let me show y'all so y'all know. Ciao. Let me see. Let me show you. So you guys can know, I'm going to put it in the chat right now so you guys can know when to get the lunchtime updates before they really go out to the people. Okay. Here is the channel. I mean, the Instagram. I'm going to post that there. There's the link. Follow me on Instagram. Pin that there. Please hit me up. Follow me there. Here's the lunchtime. If you missed this update, you missed that update, make sure you guys get it. All right. Subscribe to the Instagram. Follow that because I do a lunchtime update every day at about 11 or 12 p.m. And then we come back and do the live. So if you guys want to catch the lives in real time, you need to follow me on Instagram. All right. So I love you all. I will see you guys later. This case has been interesting. I'm having fun covering it for you all. Thank you guys for the support. I love you. And until next time, I want you to keep that same